Hey, welcome to Film Surgery, where we dissect deep into the amazing world of cinema. My name is Nick Wright.
And I'm Sanjay Kumar II. I'm a neuroscience student here at the University of Oregon. Welcome to our first episode.
All right, so today we will be talking about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I think that.
Don't make a bit of sense to me.
Do you think there's anything wrong with your mind, really?
Not a thing, Doc. Excuse me, miss. Do you think it might be possible to turn that music down so maybe a couple of the boys could talk?
Your hand is staining my window.
God almighty, she's got you guys coming or going. A little change never hurt, huh? A little variety. Oh, Jesus! Oh, come on. You're not gonna say that now. You're not gonna say that now. You're gonna pull that henhouse shit now. When the vote, the chief just voted, it was 10-9. Now, I want that television set turned on right now!
I don't think he's overly psychotic.
I want something done!
I think he's dangerous.
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it's a movie from 1975, stars Jack Nicholson, and takes place completely in a psychiatric hospital. We focus on just kind of the behaviors of people who are dealing with psychological problems, psychosis. Our main protagonist is Jack Nicholson. His name is Randle McMurphy, where we just primarily focus on him, his behaviors, and how he actually adjusts to this different kind of society that he's living in.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting movie, I think, because the way that Jack Nicholson portrays that character is different than I've ever seen. He goes deep into that character, and I don't know, it's really strange.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's such a phenomenal actor, and especially at that time, he was one of the most iconic. You know, he has such amazing performances as well, The Shining and movies like The Departed as well. And I just really admire his acting style. It's very similar with a lot of movies, but he just brings out so much character.
Yeah.
And so much kind of enthusiasm, facial expressions, all of that.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite scenes? Because I know while I was watching, I laughed a little bit at some of them.
Yeah, a lot of the scenes are very comedic.
Yeah.
With him especially.
Yeah.
But I think, definitely one of my favorite scenes has to be towards the beginning of the movie. They're in the doctor's office, and he's just kind of, it's almost like the doctor's trying to find some justification for why are you in this asylum. And a really cool fact is how that the doctor is a real doctor that they casted for the movie, and took place, the actual hospital took place somewhere in Oregon.
That's
for
really
the filming.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a scene where he arrives at the hospital, and he kind of at the end of the movie we find out that he's not actually insane, and he doesn't actually deserve to be there. But in the beginning, he kind of gives it away. When you're watching it, the way he acts and the way he walks around the hospital is not like anybody else who is there.
Yeah.
He's not freaking out as often. He's not doing random acts. And I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a very early foreshadowing that they do, and especially there's a lot of scenes where he's socializing and communicating with the other patients in the hospital. One of the actors is Danny DeVito, I believe, and Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future.
Oh, really?
Is one of them. Yeah.
Wow.
Who plays Doc Brown, and yeah, you can really just compare how he acts more like a person who is not in a psychiatric hospital, but is really not meant to be there almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting once you actually find that out towards the end is when you realize that we might have to watch that again and find out, oh, he is different.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder, while I was watching it, I was why did he choose to go there? Why does he choose to be insane if he's not actually? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It was really kind of tricked my brain a little bit.
Yeah, it's very trippy. It really brings out different questions.
Yeah, because I wanted to believe that he was living there. Like I wanted to believe he was who he said he was, but I didn't know what to think, honestly.
Exactly. And there was a clip, because we're talking about this, there's a clip where one of the doctors says that you're not crazy. You're not crazy. What are you doing here? And that's, again, a lot of the foreshadowing that we're talking about. And Jack Nicholson is like doing different actions. Like, you want me to do this? Do you want me to do this? If you want me to appear crazy.
Yeah.
So even like the people who are the staff who are working at the hospital are suspicious of him.
Yeah. I wonder how that was making the movie, like how he decided to do those actions.
Yeah.
And because that would be a cool little like sneak peek.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Maybe a lot of them was like improv or something, like not expected.
Exactly. Another one that I just like kind of chuckled at was there's a scene where he steals a bus when they all when they all get out of the hospital to go somewhere. Jack Nicholson's character, he takes the school bus that they're going to drive and he drives it to a dock, to a little pier, and he then takes a fishing boat out onto the lake and teaches them all how to fish. And there's a scene where you can see one of the patients. Yeah, thank you. He gets off the boat to untie the boat from the dock, and they start pulling away, and he jumps and tries to grab on and is just hanging off the boat as they drive away. And I laughed so hard at that because I'm like, I feel like that was not meant to be in there. Yeah. But if it was, props to the director because that's really funny.
Yeah, if all of that was just improv and they just kept recording that scene,
oh my gosh,
that would be so funny.
That would be really funny.
I think another thing we can point out is the acting of Nurse Ratched.
Yeah.
That actress, phenomenal job.
She was incredible.
Amazing, yeah, because she was kind of a strict nurse, right, in the movie. And then at the end is when you truly just like really dislike her.
Oh my gosh. And the way when she's talking to all those patients, the way she stayed calm the entire time.
Yeah.
Like if I was in her place, I could never do that. Yeah. I would be freaking out.
Very, very passive aggressive she is, where she's calm, but she's also
incredible.
Super like unlikable.
It's incredible.
Well, it was an awesome movie.
It was really great, yeah. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back next week for The Theory of Everything.
Yes, thank you guys so much for listening, and please stay tuned for our next appointment.